Today we're taking a look at the Miyoo Flip. If you haven't heard of this, it's a handheld emulator, and I don't blame you. There's 5,000 of these things out. Why did I buy this? I don't know, but let's check it out. So in the box is just the console itself, which is nice. It is a clamshell. You see cool little gaming icon right here. Now I did buy this from AliExpress, but you can buy this anywhere. They have websites for it. They have Amazon listings, so not hard to find this, but I did find it on AliExpress for about $40 with a coupon. So I was like, you know what? At that price, I'll try it out. Let's open it up. It looks like a Miyoo product. You have the instruction guide here with all your instructions. USB-C to USB-A power cord and a screen protector, which I do like that they include. It's plastic, not glass. Taking it up, we have another thing at the bottom here. What is this? Thanks for choosing our product. Cool. Propaganda. But overall, inside of the case is nice. And I do have a Miyoo product already. I made a video on the channel, the Miyoo Mini Plus. And the case is similar. It's hard shell, but it has that nice felt on the inside. We'll do a comparison a little later. So let's take it out of the wrapping. And I have the gray model. Now, once I ordered this, I looked online and people are saying the gray model has a pretty bad hinge. Whoops. Let's see if it has that bad hinge. Looks pretty good to me. And as you open it, it turns on right away. Now, this does feel pretty cheap. I'm not gonna lie. It doesn't feel premium. The buttons feel premium. Analog sticks feel like little nubs. You got music. Max volume is 20, okay. It's not bad. Let's see, does it sleep right away? Okay. There's no micro SD card in here right now, but there is on this side. So I'm assuming you can add additional storage here. This probably has the OS on it as well as whatever else they chose to put on there, but 64 gigabytes. So I have a feeling it's gonna have additional things on there, but let's see. I tried to put the screen protector on there, but it's kind of crappy quality. This is a clamshell. I'm just not gonna have a screen protector. I will rock it the way I rock it. So let's turn it on. This is very light in the hands, so that's nice. Okay. Oh, the brightness is very low. How do we control that? Does it think it's closed? Oh, okay. So it's a little buggy. There we go. So it caused some confusion by closing and opening it. Let's go into game. It does have a pretty nice, I'm not gonna lie, this screen is actually really nice from my perspective. It's very clear. I don't know what the actual specs of this thing are. I don't know if they're gonna be in the instruction manual, but we won't get too technical. It's a nice screen. Let's do GBA. Empty, awesome. We love to see that. I do like it when they don't put ROMs on here because, well, never mind. Never mind. Okay, maybe they do put ROMs on here. What, do they just not put it on? They just don't put it on what the heck? What about Game Boy Color and Game Boy Advance? You're gonna miss. All right, that's weird flex. So literally everything but that. I'm assuming this will also change depending on who you buy it from. I don't think it should though. What about RetroArch? Okay, these are just the emulators themselves. So it looks like Nintendo consoles, they kind of left out, which I don't blame them. Nintendo does not like it when you have their stuff. But you have Nintendo DS on there, so what's up with that, huh? What else is here? App. Okay, you have some ports on here. You have Sonic Mania, Half-Life, Celeste, USB mass storage mode. You can boot right into RetroArch right there. So if you want to customize stuff, you can. Wipeout. I think that's, what's that game with the farming simulator? Stardew Valley. What is this? All right. Let's take a break for a second and look at the Miyoo Mini Plus. I've had this thing for a while and I like it a lot. I did get a tempered glass screen with this. I believe the tempered glass screen actually came with this. I think the screen is about the same size. And this screen is also pretty nice. Smaller form factor, so it's nice to put in your pocket. I just always carry it in the case though, because I don't want this screen or buttons to get mashed up. Now this does have Onion OS on it. I manually put that on here. It's a different operating system. But I mean, it works great. I also put only my ROMs on here because I don't want random stuff on here. Apart from that, you have the shoulders in the back for this one, kind of in a row. And it's the same for here, but they're definitely smaller. But it's nice because you kind of just have a shelf. I think I hit the power button on accident when I did that. Yeah, overall, the footprint is nice. Because it's a clamshell, I wouldn't even use a case with this. I'll just put it right in my pocket. I think this has a low battery because it keeps on shutting off. But I would imagine that it would turn red before it does that. Okay, let's charge it. All right, so I thought the power was low, but I plugged the charger in and it actually had full battery, so I'm confused about that. Also, a few things to note. I tried plugging in multiple USB-Cs and I have one that I use for everything. It's an ASUS charger that I got my ROG Ally, and this doesn't take that. Let me try it back. This is the charging port. This is for other controllers. There's two USB-Cs. So you have a mini HDMI here, USB-C for controller plugging in, and then you have the charging port. I tried multiple, but it seems like this only likes low powered USB-Cs, or at least the power, the input, 5 volts. So I think anything more than that, it's not gonna like it. So keep that in mind. It is kind of annoying because this thing takes anything. It's a champ. I don't know if there's something firmware wise or software wise we can change with that, but as of now, that's how it is. Going through, I also did change the themes. You have a few options here. Power off, brightness, LCD frequency. You can enable Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, change the color of the screen, language, calibration, which is cool. You can calibrate the sticks, key mapping. Oops. All right, back. Turbo input, background volume music, I turned that down. That's this thing. Very Nintendo-y. Themes, so you can choose different themes here. I kind of went with the cozy one because I kind of like that. And then you also have emulation station. And if you guys don't know, this is like a front end for your ROMs, your emulators. You can launch it by default, so that way if you turn this off, it should launch straight into emulation station. I don't really care. It's nice because you can just select what you want from here. So you want Dreamcast, you go here, pick Dreamcast. So it's cool to have. I've never set it up personally. I kind of just use separate emulators, but if I want to get that specific with it, I could just use this. And if you want to go back, you can just go to use Miyoo UI. Also, there is device info, remove SD card, and a hardware test. So you can actually test your input here, make sure all the buttons work, including the volume button, power button, not gonna try that one. And then you have these sticks, so you can calibrate, see if everything's dead center. Let's go ahead and start a game. Let's try Power Rangers. I did miss one thing, which is the menu button. If you click the menu button, you have different options here. You have the native menu for RetroArch, which is nice because you can go and change the screen itself. If you wanna, do you have cheats on this? Set up cheats. But rewind, controls, core options, if you wanna make the screen different size. I'm gonna leave things the way they are. Net play, I'm assuming that's online connectivity. And then you can do a save state, load state, and exit game. So let's do story game. Damn. Oh, okay, you can use the, I guess this doubles as a, now I do want to see something. Let's say I pause this and we close it up. I wonder if that light will go off, or it's in sleep mode technically. There we go. So now let's open it. Good to go. Unpause. All right, not bad. Let's exit game. Let's go to Nintendo DS. This is probably gonna be very bad. I think there are shortcuts. There were shortcuts when I had Drastic on this to switch the screen. What is this? A stylus. Okay, yeah. So you press L2 to change to your bottom touchscreen. Is there a way? I'm sure through, oh, it is running drastic. Okay. Okay, so you have configure cheats, firmware, change options. Oh my God, the screen is so small, I can barely read this. Whatever. It does seem like it runs pretty well though. Okay, well, I don't feel like sitting through that. So far, it's pretty seamless. Got Castlevania, Contra. Contra's a good one to play. So DS runs all right, and I'm not gonna do everything. I do wanna try PS1 and PSP though. So for PS1, what is something we can play? Let's do Crash Bandicoot. And again, this hinge, I don't know what problem people are facing. Maybe it's with time, but the hinge feels pretty good. Oh, this is not in English. That's funny. D-pad works fine. Stick works fine. Runs great. Looks great. Let's do PSP, which might be the top of what you want to be able to play on here. Let's do God of War. This should be running Adrenaline. It's PPS is PP. Okay, cool. So I do like the FPS counters on here, and because it's running through this emulator, you can actually go here and change the settings. So maybe you guys can tell me, but the PSP is a wider screen, right? So I'm wondering if this is kind of pinched in or what. We got 25 FPS, 20 FPS. It's definitely playable, but it does chug quite a bit. Also, we have all the UI elements for the HUD. So they might have just shrunken the actual screen size. But I mean, this game isn't like I don't want to say an easy game, but I mean, it's a game, right? I would say it's semi-intense. And so far with this open area, it's not too bad. What do I press here? Circle? Okay, we see some chugging. Let's try a different PSP game. Tekken 6, all right. So now we have Tekken 6. Tekken usually runs pretty good on there. Oh, of course I had to say something. It does run pretty well though. We got the control stick. I do have to be honest, this isn't comfortable, and people have mentioned this before. This is where your hands naturally fall. If you need this, it's okay, but you're definitely stretching down. And especially if you need both. If you're playing a twin stick shooter, this is a very awkward position to have your hands in. It's like you're holding a camera or a phone, and this is not the most ideal position. But it is nice in a pinch if you need something. So I do think that PSP is the highest, and then you have Wonder Swan, and I guess you can put whatever else you want to put on here. I'm not going to play everything. This is just an initial look, to be honest. You got Sonic Adventure 2 battle. Not battle, sorry. Just Adventure 2. Ooh, okay, I gotta stop or I'm gonna play a lot of these games. But let's talk about this device. Yeah, Hinge is still doing pretty well. This device is obviously mimicking the Game Boy Advance SP. Footprint wise, they're pretty similar. I would say this device is just a tiny bit thicker, barely. And a little bit longer as well. But overall, same footprint. Plays everything this does, better battery life, and also plays different games. So pretty cool, pretty compact. Again, this is my previous experience with Miyoo. They do make good products. They don't send me any, so Miyoo, if you want to do that, you know, you boys here. This is great to have, it's small. This is even nicer to have because I don't have to have a case for this. I don't have to carry a case around. I just put this in my pocket or in my backpack and I leave it there. So that's pretty nice. You also have different video out options. This Miyoo Mini Plus just has a SD card slot right here. Overall, it's pretty nice. I'm pretty happy with this. Definitely worth $40, I would say, even open. Yeah, actually, I feel like the part that takes up most space, or the size, is gonna be this, because you have to make room for the actual analog sticks. Now, this is a little finicky, I will say. I still haven't fully understood how to turn it on properly. You know, the green light is on, but will the screen turn on? I don't know. It does this weird thing. So maybe I have to install and upgrade the firmware. I'm not sure. If you hold it for 3 seconds, it's supposed to power off. But overall, nice. When I am playing games for a long duration, and when I say long duration, it's like what we just did, it does get fairly warm in the center, a little bit in the back, but not uncomfortably so, and it's not over the buttons that you're pressing. I am pretty happy. I've said that maybe 5 times. I don't know if that tells you anything. Miyoo Flip, do I recommend it? I do. For that price, 40, it's cool. I wouldn't buy this if you already have 50,000 other emulators because they're all the same. You can even use your phone at this point. But it's nice to have just in a pinch, or let's say you have young kids and you say, hey, here's a $40 device that you can play with, play some old school games. I don't care if you break it because it's $40. Nice to have. Also, clamshell protects the screen. So let me know what you guys think. If you guys have dove into this realm of emulators, it's so deep. Like this thing goes far, and I will not go that deep into it because it's just kind of expensive too. If you guys like the video and want to see similar videos, let me know, drop a like, leave a comment, and if there's something about this console that I missed, let me know, because I guess the more I use it, the more I'll have to say about it, but at that point the video is out. So let me know down in the comments. You guys are smarter than me. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.